My name is Lawrence Davidson. Today is October 7th, 2011, and I'll be interviewing Edward John Marosky. This interview is brought to you by Soldiers to Scholars. Just tell us your full name.
Edward John Marosky.
And you go by Edward or?
John.
John, why is that?
Long story. Just my middle name.
Okay. Where were you born?
Collegeville, Pennsylvania.
Born and raised there?
Yep.
What was it like? Talk a little bit about growing up.
I'm a triplet. Went to school locally, obviously. Have two sisters. Just did the normal grown-up thing. Played ice hockey, golf, baseball. Yeah.
What did your parents do for a living?
My mom works in finance. She recently started her own company. And my dad's a salesman.
Okay. What was it like being a triplet?
Interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah, hard to describe, but it was fun.
What high school did you go to?
Perkiomen Valley.
And you played on the athletic teams there?
Yes.
How about any other extracurricular?
I wrestled for a year, played lacrosse for a year. About it. Sports.
Yeah. Did you enjoy high school?
Yeah, it was a good time.
The social aspect of it, grades all together?
Yeah, all of it was pretty good.
So what made you decide to join the military?
I actually got into Penn Tech, Pennsylvania College of Technology, I think it is, and even got a partial scholarship. But college wasn't my thing at the time. So I deferred for a year and then worked masonry and then decided just to go in the service and try something new.
Did you have family, uncles, anybody that was in the service?
Uncles, no. My parents, no. All my grandparents and their brothers and sisters were in the service.
Okay.
Well, not sisters, brothers.
Okay. So how old were you on September 11th, 2001?
I was, 14.
What do you remember about?
I was in Spanish class. And we actually almost got out of school. They were letting everybody out, basically, in the area. And we ended up staying in school, and all day we just watched the news. So.
Do you remember what you were thinking?
No, I don't remember what I was thinking.
How about afterwards?
Hard to say. It was obviously a terrible thing, but I don't know.
Did you guys talk about it at home?
Yes, my mom actually knew, I think, 2 people that died in it. So.
Was it like dinner table conversation, or I mean?
No, it was just regular conversation.
Okay. So when you decided after high school, did your sisters go to college?
Yes. My sister Liz went to Indiana University of Pennsylvania, and my sister Kate went to University of Massachusetts, Amherst, and then transferred here to Westchester, and then graduated from there.
Okay. So you started right after you started working,
Right.
and then how did you find your way to the Navy as opposed to any other service?
I actually looked into the Army, and I thought about joining them and doing combat engineer, which I'm in hindsight glad that I didn't do, because I learned all they did was do minesweeping. And I originally wanted to go on submarines, but I couldn't because of one of my surgeries. So they kind of just threw the job at me, and I said, yep, let's go.
I'll take it. So how did you choose your job?
Well, I originally chose to do SECF, which is Submarine Electronic Computer Field, and obviously I couldn't go on the submarines, and they said, here's your choices, pick, and it was really the best of the bunch.
What made it better than any other choice?
It was like bosun's mate, corpsman, cook,
Okay.
all the things that they needed people for.
Right. So you chose that.
Yes.
When did you leave for basic training?
January 24th, 2006.
Okay. Talk a little bit about basic training.
It was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Well, some people had difficulty, but it wasn't too vigorous. The running and all the training wasn't very difficult. The swimming was easy. I don't know, it was just really not what I expected.
What did you expect?
I expected them to be a lot more strict and just physically a lot harder and mentally, but it wasn't.
Where did those expectations come from?
I guess just hearing stories from people prior, like my grandfather when he was in Korea, when he went through basic, and my dad has a couple of friends that were in the Navy, and when they went, it was a lot more difficult. I was back in Vietnam, so.
Okay. Did you watch war or military movies growing up?
I did.
What were your favorites?
Full Metal Jacket's a good one. Saving Private Ryan, and Deer Hunter. That's a good one.
Those were your favorites before.
Yeah.
That kind of framed your reference.
That helped, yeah.
Okay. So talk a little bit about naval basic training and what does it consist of?
Well, as soon as you get there, they put everybody into a big room and then they just start picking divisions. And I was in a 900 division, which they're supposed to be the best out of at least who they think is the best. And there's like performing groups, flag groups, and I got selected for that. And they picked athletic people and like music-oriented people and things like that. Because they're the ones that run the show after when you graduate and they do the big graduation. They're the ones that do all the performances, the rifles, all that kind of thing. And then we just kind of blindly went into it. They're yelling all sorts of things at us. We have no idea what's going on. And then just slowly you start to pick things up. And
what type of training did you do?
Naval history, obviously physical fitness. A lot of cleanliness, folding this, folding that, make your bed. And then we learned what it would be like on a ship. We had to go through simulation drills and things like that. So,
were there people that were unable to complete the training?
yes. And the sad thing is they still graduated.
Okay. How does that work?
I have no idea. A lot of people were upset about that one.
All right.
At the end we have to do what's called battle stations. And you basically go through as if you got to run all around base at like midnight. And the different stations you got to like, if you go overboard or if all these different drills as if like your ship got hit or something.
Right.
And I mean, it was fun actually, but the running got a lot of people because you go from the furthest point on base all the way across and all the way across, and a lot of people fell out during the run because you have all your everything on you. So, but they somehow still graduated.
Where was basic training at?
Great Lakes, Chicago, right by Chicago.
What time of year was that?
Brutal, -39.
In the winter. Yeah. And you stayed outside at night for the training?
Yeah. The final thing, battle station, was all outside.
Okay.
And it was kind of mild. One of them was to go swimming, basically. And yeah, it got a little cold. So we came out of there. So.
Were you able to contact or have contact with people at home?
Write letters.
Letters. No phone calls while you're there?
If you did well, they gave you like a pass. You could go use the phone.
Okay.
But I think I used it once.
Why not?
I never had the opportunity.
What did your parents and family think about you joining the Navy?
They were, I guess, a little upset about it at first. I guess they wanted me to go to college, I don't know. And then it kind of grew on them, and then they were happy with it. So.
Did they come out for your graduation from basic training?
They did.